Yeet. What's up, my dude? Yeller. What's up, my dudes? And welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about tattoos.
Oh God, I wish you would call it tattoo.
What am I saying?
Tattoo.
I'm going to be rating my tattoo pain for you, and it's going to be a fun tattoo video, so I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so I wanted to do more of a fun video for today. I don't know that it's going to be all that fun, to be honest, but it's basically addressing a question that I get asked a lot related to my tattoos. And I do plan on doing a video where I will talk more in depth about each one of my tattoos, or I guess my tattoos in general, because I get asked about my tattoos a lot. That's just gonna come later because that's gonna take a long time. That's gonna take a while. I just wanted to make the most of the time that I had available to record today, so I figured we'd make a fun video and talk about the question that I get asked a lot. And that question is, which one of your tattoos hurt the most? So I figured I would just rank them on a scale for you guys. So this question, in conjunction with a whole list of questions that I get asked constantly, is something that I wanted to address today, but I do want to preface the video by saying everybody's pain tolerance is different. Something that might be painful to me is not painful to others, or vice versa. So keep that in mind when I'm talking about my pain scale tattoos today. I don't want you to go and get your stomach blasted and be like, well, you said it wasn't gonna be painful. It's common sense. I figure it's common sense. I don't. So for today's video, I am listing the top 3 least painful areas to get tattooed and the top 3 most painful areas to get tattooed. I feel like I'm able to have a little bit of input when it comes to talking about pain scale because I have literally almost every inch of my body tattooed. I think the only area that I have yet to get tattooed is my lower back area, or mid to lower back area. But having said that, I am no expert, so don't take it to heart. But let's get down to business, shall we? So firstly, I want to talk about the least painful area, which I'm sure majority of the human race already knows by now, and that is anything in the lower arm area. Anything from elbow down is really a cakewalk. If I'm being real, I really don't understand how anything in that area is painful for anybody. I just don't understand it. Maybe it's something I'll never understand. I honestly feel like I could sit through an entire half sleeve from my elbow down and I wouldn't flinch, not even for a second. I could sit there and do my taxes. I could sit there and talk to grandma on the phone. I could sit there and bake a cake. It's not painful at all. And if you think it's painful, then maybe tattoos are not the best idea for you. I've had a good range of tattoo artists work on me, both heavy-handed and non-heavy-handed, if that's a term. And I still think that this area is the least painful. So for number 2 on our list of least painful areas to get tattooed, according to moi, is the upper arm area. And I am just referring to the outer upper arm, because if you've ever gotten the inside of your arm tattooed, it's not fun. I've done both of my shoulders, and I think both of them were at least, I don't know, 2 hours long? Even the healing process wasn't bothersome at all. It wasn't painful at all. There's really nothing much else to it, you know? Just sit your ass in the chair and get it over with. So number 3 on this list is debatable, I guess. I've had a lot of people disagree with me when I tell them that it's not painful to get tattooed there, but to each their own, and if you want to be a puss about it, be a puss about it. I can honestly say that nothing on my legs has been painful, except for one area, which we're gonna get to later, but I can assume that you're gonna already guess, you already know what it is. A lot of people, like, their jaws hit the floor when I tell them that the pain was absolutely non-existent when I was getting my shins done. But I will say that when I went through the healing process of that tattoo, that was a bitch. I got that tattoo done kind of later in the evening, and so when I went home, the first thing I did was go straight to sleep. And instead of moving around and letting the blood flow normally, I went to sleep with my legs up. In the morning when I woke up, let me tell you, girl, let me tell you, it was bad. It was bad. But the tattoo in itself was nothing compared to my most painful tattoos, and I don't know, I was pleasantly surprised by it because I thought it was going to be one of the most painful tattoos because it sits on the bone. So now that we've briefly talked about the least painful areas on the body, I want to talk about 3 of the most painful spots to get tattooed. When it comes to the most painful areas to get tattooed, I feel like this is something that a lot of people can agree on if you've ever gotten any of these areas tattooed. So I'm going to start with the least painful of the most painful, if that makes sense. And the first one being, let's just say it's a tie between the chest and the back of the calf. Now, I don't have the back of my calf blasted, but I do have some words on the back of my right calf. But when I was sitting there getting those words tattooed, I've never physically felt like I wanted to scream as much as when I was getting that tattoo done. And that sounds like a puss-ass excuse when it comes to talking about tattoos, especially because I have so many. I wasn't mentally prepared because I was thinking it was going to be something that was a very pain-free tattoo because there's so much muscle back there. But maybe it's because there's so much muscle and not just flab. Now, I say it's a toss-up between the back of the calf and the chest because when I was getting my chest tattooed, I don't remember it being something extremely painful to the point where I wanted the tattoo to be over with or where I was like near tears. I didn't find it very painful, but it definitely didn't feel good. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird. When I was getting my chest tattooed, I remember when he was in like this area, it wasn't as bad and I sat through that pretty fine without any issues. But of course, the closer he got to the collarbone here, the more I felt it in my throat and up towards my chin. That's where it started to feel rough and I felt like this burning sensation just like crawling up my neck. That's what made it the most painful for me to get through. And of course, the lower he got down towards my goodies, the more I felt it down here. I guess it's in my lower sternum. It's crazy, you know, the areas that you will feel the pain versus where the needle is hitting in your skin. Sometimes they're complete opposites. It's weird. It definitely wasn't the most painful area to get tattooed. The next one most definitely was. Anybody that says they've gotten their stomach tattoo and it was a cakewalk, they're liars. Either that or they're on drugs and they snorted a whole line of cocaine before they got their stomach tattooed, because there's no way a normal human being on this earth with a normal pain tolerance can sit through a stomach tattoo and it not be painful. That's not real. It's not reality. So obviously number 2 on my most painful areas to get tattooed list is my stomach tattoo. I have several different tattoos on my stomach. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have a total of 6 different tattoos on my stomach. Well, I guess 5 if you count the roses as 1. Anyways, I have several tattoos on my stomach and not all of them were completely painful. The 2 roses that I have next to my belly button, I died, y'all. I can't sit here and lie to you guys. It was painful. It was bad. I got through it though, and I took it like a champ, as I do with all of my tattoos. But moving forward, the last area that I'm going to talk about is the kneecap. Of all the tattoos I have on my body, the kneecap was the most excruciating pain I have ever felt. Maybe that's just because I have bad knees. Maybe that's just because I have the knees of an 80-year-old or a 90-year-old or a 100-year-old, but it's besides the point. It was absolutely painful. Ugh. Blah, blah. Let's just say if you were taking shots every time I said a cuss word during that tattoo, you would have been completely shit-faced within the first 2 minutes of the tattoo. The craziest part about it is that I actually want to go get my other knee tattooed. I give so much props to you ladies out there that can sit through a knee tattoo and get both the outlining and the shading done in one sitting. Girl, give me some of your power. Give me some of that. I need some of that because how? How? Mm-mm. 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 I wish I was blessed with the power to get through a knee tattoo because I ain't. Mm-mm. But that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you didn't, you can suck a hairy toe. And I'll see you in my next video. Love you. Bye. Whew. If I had $1 for every time I had to pick a goddamn wedgie, well, let's just say I'd be a millionaire.